Hello. Only one person here. I'm give it a minute. I just started it. See if anyone else shows up. Who's here? Anyone here? Oh, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Can you hear me? Hello? Anybody? Can't see who's in here. Okay. That was weird. Hello? Anybody here? No? Hello? You didn't miss anything. I was just waiting to see if anyone showed up. You still there? The bird? T-Bird? I was just giving some time. T-Bird? Oh, it's all good. I was just waiting to see who showed up. Can you hear me? I invited the Patreon. I don't know if, I guess it's New Year's Eve, but I was just waiting to see if anyone else showed up. How you doing? Yeah, I was gonna do like a deep meditation and then some mediumship practice. I just thought some more people would show up. Just messaging people and just seeing if they're coming. All right. Well, I guess we'll just get started. I just want to see, can you hear this clearly? Hold on. Can you hear that clearly? Okay. Does it sound clear? I'm just giving one more person so they were coming. See if anybody shows up. All right, somebody else is here. All right, you can hear that? You're good? All right, I'm gonna go over some basic stuff. Who else is here? Somebody else is here? Anybody? All right. So I was gonna try to do like this deep meditation and give you a practice that helps you like get into deeper states. And then I was thinking about doing like practice mediumship. Anyone else want to identify themselves? All right, perfect. Uh, so how does that sound? Oh, there's 4 people now. Okay, so I'm gonna get started because I'm not gonna wait anymore for anybody. Um, what's up, Jill? All right, so we were gonna do a deep breath together. I was gonna do a prayer. Then I was gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk you through the meditation, but I'm gonna teach you a practice that I use that kind of helps. Um, and then do a little meditation with just music. And I'm not going to really talk you through the meditation. I'm going to meditate with you and go into a deeper state. And then I was going to teach some mediumship and go over any questions in terms of mediumship because a lot of people ask me about like how to connect and deeper stuff like that. So I thought we could do like some practice. Sound good? Anybody have any questions, concerns, comments before we start? All right. So let's get started. So on 3, let's take a deep breath to connect our energies. I'm going to say a prayer and then we'll go from there. All right. So on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. God, creator of all that is, surround me with white light. I call my guides, teachers, healers, helpers. Please come through and bring love, healing, and peace to everybody in this room. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Mother. Amen. All right. So just a practice that I use that kind of helps me. So I always start by, whenever I'm doing any mediumship practice, I put my hand on my heart and I just breathe. All right. So let's do that. We'll start with that. So put your hand on your heart and just breathe into your heart. And if you can, just visualize. I try to visualize the air moving in and out of my heart. And what this does is it gets you out of your mind. Um, your mind's good for analyzing, but when it comes to feeling, intuitiveness, and emotion, you want to be in your heart. All right. And resetting into that place is a good habit to have, like even throughout your day. Besides mediumship, what I do, like if I'm feeling like overwhelmed throughout my day, I'll just take 5 minutes, and you don't have to have your hand on. The hand just helps. Um, and then the more you create the muscle memory, you don't need the hand. You just visualize the air moving in and out of your heart. And I'll do it anytime like I'm feeling overwhelmed or I'm like fearful or anxious. Just breathe into your heart and it'll kind of reset your energy to bring you more into a heart space. And what it does also is it helps you kind of see things with love, as much as possible. It's your mind that is like questioning things, but if you're in your heart, it's like pure guidance. All right. So then what I do, and this is just for getting deep, if I want to get deep, a practice I learned. There was a gentleman named has everybody heard of mesmerism? You know the term mesmerism or mesmerized. Uh, so that term is from a gentleman named Anton Mesmer. I think I don't want to butcher this, so maybe I'll look it up. But I think he was in. Let me just double check, so I don't sound stupid. Uh, Ruby, what's up? No. Oh, Franz Anton Mesmer. Okay, he was a German physicist, um, but he came up with this idea of mesmerism, which is uh, he figured out that like we have he called it like animal magnetism, and basically he figured out like these energy channels. He didn't think they were energetic channels. He called it animal magnetism. So basically, it's using like he would use these rods, dowsing rods, and he would use them to affect people's energy. And he figured out that he can use these to kind of tap into the energy. But basically, if you think about what he would do, is he would use the energy to push down, or he would use the energy to like go up, and that would hype people up, but down would calm people down. Okay. So if you think about like anybody who has a child or a baby or ever put a baby to calm the baby down, what do? You go down the back of the baby and you know rub the back of the baby, right? But you don't even have to rub it. So you can take your hands and just like kind of feel your energetic field. Okay. So just do that right now. Usually depending on your own personal work, you can feel like your energetic field. Like everybody feel their own energetic field. Or even if you go like this, like you put your hands like this, you can go like move it a little and you'll get a sense of like the energetic field. And that's the field that Anton Mesmer was working with. Everybody feel their energetic field? I guess you don't have to respond. But anyway, so um basically uh he I know somebody who used this practice. As crazy it might sound, he was deathly afraid of the dentist, and he would go in and he would put himself out so the dentist could do the work, and then the dentist would wake him up afterwards, right? So just to get you to relax, this is a practice that you can use to relax, right? You can take your hand, right? I like to connect to the heart if I'm working with somebody, because you could use this on somebody else as well. Because, like I said, with the baby, but with this practice, you use your own intention, right? And connect to your energetic field. And what you do is you just like, like, kind of pet your own energetic field. And if you want, this is just a practice. I'm going to take you out of this. You just close your eyes and you should start to feel a difference. Like you should start to feel like you're relaxing. And you can do it with whatever hand you feel like, but I usually say use your dominant hand. And I only want you to rub down. And you can start to feel yourself like letting go more. I hope, because I feel it. Because I mean, I've done this practice, but the more you practice it, the more you probably feel it. And you could even try this on a partner. But I want you guys to just try that, right? Feel your hand connect to your energetic field and just kind of pet it down. You might feel like your eyes are getting tired. You might feel like your energy is kind of slowing down a little bit. What are you guys feeling? Let me know if it's working for you, if you're having any issues. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, right? What I want you to do is I have, so another trick that you can use for getting into deeper meditative states, connecting deeper, is having a song that you choose. I got a song for us. We're going to play, and I could send it to you later if you like this song. It's more classical. There's no talking. Um, So it's a 15-minute meditation, okay? So what I want you to do is you can find a song that works for you. You can find your favorite song, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to use only that song when you get want to get deep into meditation for mediumship. And what that does is it creates a pattern in your brain. Every time you hear that song, you get into a deeper state, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off. I'm gonna play this in the first couple I'll give you a minute. First minute, I want you to try the mesmerism thing, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes, and I'm gonna do it with you. And our goal, I'm gonna have my guides work with you, obviously, and the goal is for you to allow yourself to feel spirit as deep as possible. That's it. That's our intention, is to feel spirit as deep as possible. It's a 15-minute meditation. I'm going to play it over my microphone, and I'm going to go with you because I'm going to hold the space for you, and I'm going to be with you energetically. Okay? So what you're going to do is the song's going to start. I want you to start just doing this, as much as you feel like you need. And once you feel like you're starting to go down, just stop, get comfortable, close your eyes, and just breathe and have the intention to surrender and allow spirit to step in as close as possible. All right. And then I'll bring you back when we are done. Okay. So before I start, do you guys have any questions? Everybody understand? Anybody have any questions? All good. All right. Here we go. All right. So the music's going to play. Then I'm going to slowly, and then we're going to start by kind of calming ourselves down with the mesmerism. And then once you feel like you're good enough, surrender to spirit and allow them to step through. Okay, here we go. Slowly start coming back into your body. Put your hands on your knees. Bring your energy to your knees and your feet and your toes. Breathe yourself back into your body. Follow the sound of my voice. Again, put your hands on your knees. If you got to bring them to your feet, feel the energy move to your toes. I'll feel and make sure you guys are all grounded. Just breathe and breathe the energy to your knees and toes. Just want to know everybody's back. How you guys doing? What came up for you guys? What the hell is this thing? How you guys doing? How was that? I feel like I went deep. How did you guys feel? What's up, Luna? I felt like emotional. So whenever I feel emotional, that means I went deep, because that meant like I felt somebody close to me. You feel like you went super deep. That's good. Did you get a sense of spirit around you? Yeah, emotional. Yeah, like, so I feel like when like we really press through to the other side, you like instantly become emotional. I felt like I was like tearing. So whenever I feel that, that feels like I kind of bridged the gap to them more closely. So just be gentle with yourself. I know you might feel raw. Okay. Anybody else? Everybody else okay? Anything come up for anybody? So what I thought we could do, and make sure you drink water too. Um, I thought maybe we can connect the spirit. Maybe I feel somebody already wanting to work with us. I'll ask them to work with us, and you guys can tap in and see what you feel. See if you can get information, and we'll go slowly. Um, Felt like you were in a hallway. So sometimes when I do that meditation and I surrender, I think I was connecting with a part of myself that maybe you lost or wasn't in touch with. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think the thing with the hallway first is like, to me, when I do that, the intention was to go deep and to really feel them. So sometimes when I do that meditation, it almost feels like I'm compartmentalized, like I'm like kind of pushed aside, not in a bad way, like more of like I'm stepping back and allowing them to like really step in with me. So that might be the hallway feeling, because it feels like kind of you're in between in a sense. In terms of connecting with a part of yourself that maybe you lost or wasn't in touch with. Uh yeah, I feel like the more you surrender into those spaces, the more you're in touch with yourself, I guess. I think. Um yeah, and I feel like when the closer spirit steps in, the more I feel like you feel this awareness of like the oneness almost for me. So maybe that's kind of like you're feeling more whole when you step into that space. if that makes sense. So, how are you guys doing? Would you like to practice some mediumship? Do you want to ask more questions? Um, it's up to you guys. I can go over a practice that I use to help sense spirit better. We can do that. Yes, that. Okay, so let's do. I'm going to do being more aware of your energetic field and when something is interacting with you. Okay. So you can close your eyes if you'd like, but eventually you want to be able to do this without your eyes closed. My little greaser thing is really annoying me. Anyway, um, okay. So, like I said, I always bring my practice back to my heart because I feel like that love is the answer. As corny as that might sound, but love is the answer. All right. So, if you want, you can close your eyes. If not, you can keep your eyes open. It's really up to you. If you're more of a beginner, I would recommend starting with your eyes closed. Okay. So close your eyes, take a couple breaths, bring your awareness to your heart. Okay. As you take a couple breaths, 2, 3 breaths, bringing your awareness into your heart. So now, what I'd like you to do first is just like we talked about before in terms of the mesmerism. I want you to just take a sense of your energetic field. So your energetic field typically is like 3 to 4 inches around your whole body, right? So just try to feel. You could start with your toes and kind of scan from your toes up your body. So start at your toes, move up your feet to your heels, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your butt, your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders, arms, hands, neck, and head. All right. So just get a sense of like when you sense, for me, when I sense my own energetic field, it kind of feels like a little slight hum or buzz, and just get a sense of your field. So as you sense that and you breathe into that, you really feel yourself more. Okay. You're more aware of yourself. You might even feel like there's a focal point where your awareness is sitting. That might take some time, but if you feel it, you feel it. All right. So now what we're gonna do is now we're aware of ourselves. What I want you to do is I want you to feel your awareness and push your awareness to the ceiling till you feel the ceiling. Right. So what does that mean? So push your own energy and your awareness to the ceiling. And for me, you can almost feel like where the ceiling stops, you get a sense of that. Okay. And what will happen is all your energy is up more, right? So you're going to feel like you might feel more in your head. You might feel a little spacey. You might even feel a little wobbly because sometimes when you're more in your head energetically, you feel a little wobbly. So really just take a couple breaths and be aware of how your energy feels when you push to the ceiling. And I'll sit here and let you take a couple breaths and feel that. All right. So notice the difference of how that feels. And then what we're going to do is I want you to now Bring your awareness all the way to the floor. Visualize your energy and your awareness touching the floor. Feel the boundary of the floor. Feel the boundary touching your feet. Feel all your attention and awareness on the floor. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to feel the difference between the ceiling and the floor. Right? So for me, the floor when my energy is to the floor, I feel more solid. I feel more present. I feel more grounded in my energy. Okay, so see what you feel differently. You don't have to say it, just notice the difference. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you sit there and breathe your energy into the floor for a minute. All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to bring your energy back to center. Okay, for a moment. And now what I want you to do is I want you to push your energy to the right, out the right side of your body till you feel the wall on the right side of your body. So breathe into that right side. And when you do that, when you start to feel the right side of your body lit up and you start to feel the boundary of the wall on the right side of your body, feel the difference. Feel the difference from the ceiling. Feel the difference from the floor. Feel the difference from the center. Okay, and I'll give you a minute to breathe into the right side. So for me, the right side feels a little more masculine. In this room, the right side's closer, so it feels like more compact over there. That might mean something in terms of clairaudience, but what I want you to do now is come back to center. Take a breath back in the center. Okay. And now what I want you to do is push it out the left side of your body. Bring your awareness out the left side of your body. As you breathe into the left side of the body and out to the left wall, notice the difference between your feet, the ground, the ceiling, and the right and the center. Okay, I'll give you a couple minutes to breathe into that side more. Okay, for me, the left side feels more feminine. It feels a little more flowy. It also feels more distant because the wall is further. So it feels a little more like there's a little more movement and flow. Okay, again, bring it back to center. All right. Take a couple breaths, bring your awareness back to center. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to expand your energetic field in all directions. Now, what this does is the spiritual realm is always around us. It's just another layer of this reality. So by expanding your energetic field like this, what it's doing is it's allowing the spiritual realm to see you. It's like turning a light on. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe and you're expanding in all directions. I want you to fill the room with your energetic field or aura. And I want you to breathe into this expanded state. If you feel like you're kind of reaching for the walls and reaching, just keep breathing and your energetic field will expand and expand. So just breathe and push out. Okay. And I'm going to let you sit in that expanded state for a minute just so you get a sense of the expanded state. Because that's the state you want to be in to connect to spirit. It might feel a little overwhelming. It might feel a little like spacey. It will balance out once you find your way. It just takes time. This is practice. So just breathe and expand to fill your room completely. Okay. The breeze might mean something. We'll get to that. I'll get to the ear too. So just breathe into that expanded state. Fill your room that you're in with your energetic field. I'll give you a couple. Take 3 breaths in that expanded state. Okay. So now what I want you to do is hold that expanded state. Okay. And you're going to send the thought or intention from your heart, through your heart, out the top of your head to your higher power, whatever you believe in. Okay. And you're going to send the thought or intention to connect to the spiritual realm. And when I say that, I want you to connect to somebody that you feel comfortable connecting to. Somebody in your life that mattered to you that passed. Okay? And all you're doing is thinking that intention. You're going to send a thought or intention out the top of your head to your higher power, God, whatever you believe in, to bring through the spiritual realm to connect to you. And I just want you to sit with that intention and notice if you feel anything. If you feel a breeze again, if you feel like your ears ringing, ask them to let you know that spirit is coming through. And all I want you to do is just sit in that space. You don't have to do anything. Just sit in the presence of spirit. And I'm going to just sit here and hold the space for you. We're going to breathe. The inhale is inspiration. It feels like everybody's connected. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask them if there's any guidance, messages, or support that they want to give you at this time. And just send that thought or intention the same way you send the last one, and just sit there and breathe into it. And I'll give you a couple breaths. So just breathe, send the thought or intention for them to give you any support, messages, guidance, whatever you need at this time, and see what comes through for you. All right. So, what I want you to do is just send a thought or intention of gratitude and thanks for working with us. And what I want you to do is slowly start coming back into your body because it feels like some people might have went out there. So, what I want you to do is take your hands and put them on your knees again, right? And then start breathing back into your body. Breathe into your knees. I'm going to send you some grounding, supporting energy. Breathe into your knees. There we go. And breathe into your toes. Feels like you guys are starting to come back. Here we go. Make sure you're feeling the energy in your toes, your pinky toes. Breathe into your body. Breathe into the bottom of your spine. Feel it in the root. Feels like there's one person still kind of lingering. Just take your time, but slowly start coming back into your body. Feel into your feet. There we go. Come on. Almost back. All right. Feels like everybody's back. How is that? You're dizzy. Okay. So sometimes dizziness can be energetically when we work, when you connect your spirit. Obviously, like affects your energetic field. So sometimes if you have like blocks in your head, like where there's buildup of energy in your head, and doing the spiritual connection and breathing and balancing, that block kind of releases a little bit and it'll make you feel dizzy or you might get a headache. Um, those are definitely signs of working with your energetics. And if you're a person who's in your head, that's going to happen. But eventually you'll find balance once you start committing to like doing a practice. How did everyone feel? Any questions? So anytime you feel like you're overthinking, just breathe into your heart, like I said. Yeah. V, are you a projector? I'm just curious. You're Cancer, I know that, right? Are you a projector? Generator. Okay. I was just curious. You absorb. Definitely a good way to connect. That's good, Joe. I'm glad it worked for you. Yeah, V, you got to just have your own boundaries. Like you can absorb it, but absorb it on your terms. It's so much more peaceful in the spiritual world. Well, they don't have to deal with physical bodies, you know? We got to be here, though. This is fun, too. I'm sure it gets boring over there. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I understand that too, but I feel like V. I feel like we want V. We don't want Panther. Panther's cool and all, but V's cooler. That's just my belief, right? We want you. All right. How you guys doing? Is this too much? Is this enough? Or you want to do one more? We could try connecting to a spirit that's I feel around me and see how you guys do. If you want to play a game. Okay. All right. So the practice we just did, what I want you to do is we're going to do it again. Okay. Um, what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath as a group. I'm going to say a prayer, and then we're going to try to connect to a spirit that is with me right now. And we'll practice and see how you guys do. All right. No pressure. All right. So on 3, just take a deep breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3. God, creator of all that is, surround us with white light. I call my guides, teachers, healers, helpers. Please come through and let us bring love, healing, and peace. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Mother. Amen. Okay. So what I want you to do is restart the whole thing. Expand your energetic field. From your heart, send the thought or intention to connect to the spirit working with me right now. Don't say anything yet. We're going to take this slowly so everybody gets to practice. All right. So send the thought or intention to connect to the spirit working with me, who I am focused on. Okay. Tap into me energetically. So what I do is I send the thought or intention to connect to the spirit that is working with me, and then connect to me. Okay. But you don't want to read my energy. What you want to do is you want to connect to the spirit. There's a big difference. Reading my energy is psychic. Connecting to the spirit is mediumship. So what we're practicing is mediumship. So don't try to read me. Connect to the spirit. You should feel like you're making a connection. And connecting mediumistically is much more energetic. Psychic energy is much more flat, or that's how I feel it. Okay. So what I want you to do is, does everybody, we got to have people respond. Does everybody feel like they have a connection? You don't have to respond if you don't want to, but it makes it more fun, I think. I'm getting cold. Does everybody feel like they have a connection? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Does the spirit, so the first question, does the spirit you're connecting to feel masculine or feminine? again, so everything is interpretation, right? Um, so it's interpreting how you feel the energy, but the energy that I'm feeling or connected to is a female, or I interpret it as a female. This is somebody who I know personally. Okay. Masculine for me, masculine. Okay, so you guys feel masculine. Okay. Um hmm. Because I do feel now I feel two spirits, so this is hard. Now I guess they're feminine. Okay. So we're gonna stick with the feminine because that's who I felt first. All right. So let's try to tap into the feminine energy. For the people who got masculine, ask the feminine energy to step closer to you. See if you feel a shift. Big energy. Okay. And I just want to clarify again. Don't tap into the me directly. Ask for the spirit that is working with me to step in with you. That might be guys working with you, and that's okay. But I want you to redirect and try to grab into the spirit that is working with me that is feminine. So we declared it feminine. See if it shifts. See if you can grab a hold of it. Ask it to come closer if you don't feel it. Or if you feel masculine, say, I want to feel the feminine energy working with Pete. Okay, see if it can shift for you. All right, so we're declaring it female. So now what I want you to do is I want you to ask her to show you her appearance and see if you can get a sense of what she looked like. Okay, that's good, Joe. I'll let you guys say. All right, V. Anyone else? What is else? What are other people sensing? Um, okay. What about how does she look? Her age, her height. Um, all right. So she's blonde. She had different hairstyles. She's definitely heavy set. Heavy. She's like shorter, stockier. Had some weight to her hips. Blondish hair. Um, okay. See if you can get a sense of relationship. Let's do relationship and how she passed. How did she pass and her relationship? Again, always maintain the breath, always maintain the connection. It's interesting, B. That's interesting. I'm not going to say yes or no. The person I'm connecting to, I'm not going to say anything yet. Um, okay. V, I think you might be connecting to somebody else, but things you're saying are making sense for somebody else. How's everybody else doing? You might have to message me later. I want to hear from her actually. How about everybody else? Is anyone else getting anything? Feels like people are like getting tired from like trying, you know? Just the sense I'm getting. And that's okay. That's why I wasn't sure if I should keep pushing. Ask her how she passed. Like you couldn't breathe. Hmm. All right. We're going to finish up. Lastly, just ask if there's any messages or anything that she wants to give before I end this and just close out. Water drone. No. Um, I'm gonna just tell you. Okay, so I don't know if we're just people are messing with me or whatever, but the original spirit I felt was my grandmother. She fits the description. Yeah, so she felt this description. She fits like blonde, blue eyes, a little bit of weight to her. She passed. She had cancer, but she passed from. She like they think she had a heart attack and she fell and hit her head. Um, she was like the first person who came to me in spirit. Um, then the other person is a mentor of mine who I lost touch with, who passed, and I don't really know how she passed, but she kind of had a similar features as my grandmother, so they kind of both are like the same looking. But she was like, she kind of was like a lonely, kind of had some sadness in her life. and I don't really know how she passed. So, but I feel like V, that's who you were connected to. She always had a heavy heart. She's Cancer. But she was very spiritual, my mentor. She was awesome. All right. How's everybody feel? I think I'm done. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm an open book. All right. And Happy New Year. Exhausted. Yeah, because when you first start, you're reaching, and a lot of stuff is also coming up. So I could feel that. So just relax and be gentle with yourself. I'm sure you'll feel raw as well. All right. So thank you for working with me. Happy New Year. If you have any questions, reach out. Thanks, guys, for supporting me.